Looks like gamers got their way after all. After a surprise announcement from Microsoft, it seems that they've actually decided to change a lot of their DRM policies. From what I understand, from still a lot of information is coming out from them, it will still require an initial setup as far as the internet is concerned to get everything going, but it's no longer the 24-hour check-in, nor do you have to have your actual games installed and online. I mean, you still can install it, but what they're saying now is you can use the physical disc. So that means you can go from, house to house with a disc, let a friend borrow it, and so on. Which means they also got rid of the restrictions for not only used games, but a lot of people also forget rentals, because it actually impacted, nice little whistle just there, other people who do rentals such as myself as well. So it's great news for the gamers. It still doesn't change the fact that Microsoft tried to do this in the first place, and for the longest time tried to justify their actions. But it is good that at least it's a step in the right direction, at least for now. I feel a little bit more confident towards buying an Xbox One, maybe in the future, possibly, depending on how things work out. I say this is good news right off the bat. Still not, chanting their name, cheering, yay, Microsoft, you're the good guys after all. Because again, they're just basically trying to keep themselves afloat. Because so far, at least again, what the news reads, if it's to be considered accurate, that the amount of pre-orders of the PS4 are just so much more in number than what the Xbox One pre-orders are currently. And I'm sure that really scared Microsoft. And in regards to Angry Joe, whether or not you actually get a chance to see this or any of your fans see this, I thought it was really funny how you were getting steamrolled by Larry Erb during that interview. And you made the one comment, which is very true, can't you guys just kind of just turn it off? Oh, and then Larry Erb's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you were an engineer. Are you an engineer, Joe? And I'm just sitting there watching, and it was really screwed up that he did that, but at the same time, you hit it right on the head. I work with computers, I work with a lot of software, minor coding, not like a lot of the other people, and I can tell you for a fact that all the DRM is not on a hardware level, it's a software level. So it isn't just as simple as having somebody just recode that to change those policies within the actual console's setup as far as the software is concerned to get that to change. Which is why it's funny that all of a sudden now they could just do it just like that. It wasn't something as complex as he was trying to make it seem when that unfortunate interview happened. So this is great news overall for gamers so far. Microsoft's still not the champion of the people. They're making steps in the right direction, but unfortunately they're also taking things away. They're taking away the whole family setup. They're taking away the fact that you'll have your library on the go unless it's something you originally digitally purchased, when they could just as easily, and no, I'm not an engineer, I can tell you it would be just as easy to, just like after the Xbox One reveal, what I said, my thoughts on what their setup was going to be, it could be similar to Steam, but different, to where they could have the physical discs, so you can go ahead and play it if you wanted to go about, or, since they still haven't said whether or not you need to at least activate the license key, so to speak, of your games. But if you do, you could easily have it to where you activate the license key, it's saved to your library, so if you don't have the disc around, you can go ahead and go to a friend's house and still be able to access it that way, as well as the physical copy of the disc. It really would not be hard to do that. Either way though, again, at least the policies have changed. Good job to everybody who actually made that push. Again, I'm actually a little bit surprised, because usually with petitions and people speaking their mind, not every company is going to listen. Most of the time they tend to ignore that. So this is definitely a big victory for the people who are very vocal about their distaste for this. Glad it turned out this way. You win some, you lose some, so to speak, because again, they've managed to take away the DRM, the restrictions for used games and rentals. Took away quite just a few features that may not have been something that would have been necessary that great to begin with, but I guess it's really just the way they're going to play it. I mean, there's not really much more we can do. We can go ahead and try and bitch to them about it further, but they're saying that it relied on the DRM, that it was only possible through the whole always being online setup, which is BS, but either way. So thanks again to the people. Have some interest in the Xbox One, which again is a good thing. Now that I wouldn't have to deal with any of that stuff, because I can still continue with my GameFly rentals, which is how I play most of my games, because I can't afford to buy every single game I'm interested in. And on top of that, there's all these different exclusives that were going to be just Xbox One only that now I might actually have a chance to play. So, again, thanks. Just thought I'd let everybody know about it if they haven't heard of it. And that's really about it. Until next time.